Hi everyone. So what we're going to look into today is where pain is felt in the discs in your back, okay? Now, what we're going through is here, I want you to imagine that this is your spine as if you've cut it in half like this and you're looking down here, okay? Now the green part, that's what's called the nucleus pulposa. And if your disc was like an egg, this is the yolk, okay? And now around that yolk is the white, okay? And that's the annular fibers, okay? Now the annular fibers are in multiple different levels and different layers, and they're all crisscrossing and different, okay? And that's because this disc needs to, it's like a ligament that basically has to resist movement in all planes. And so not just when you bend side to side, but when you twist. And so it's got to maintain strength throughout all those movements, okay? And now what is really, really interesting to know is that the nucleus pulposa, the white of the yolk of the egg, has no nerve supply. No nerve supply. So the thing is, when we're taking an MRI, most of the time people are only really looking for the nucleus pulposa, but there's no nerve supply in there. So if you've got back pain, it's not coming from your nucleus pulposa. It's coming from the annular fibers, and that's when you look at it, the annular fibers have the nerves that are going in there. Now, these nerves are the sinovertebral nerves, okay? And so what happens is they have branches into the annular fibers, and to begin with, they're only in the outermost layers. But what we see is that with tissue damage around this, these nerves start to go deeper and deeper in, and so they start to feel more and more of what happens in the disc. And so that's why, even if you've got an injury that's maybe started from the inside out, that can take a long time before it actually starts to irritate the nerves or meet a nerve that's grown in to start giving you pain, okay? And now these go off and they synapse in, which means they connect to what's called the dorsal root ganglion. They also have connections up into the sympathetic ganglia and the post-sympathetic ganglia. So they not only at a local level, but they also go higher up and lower down in your nerve system, okay? What's also really important is that the annular fibers, which is sort of the white inside that egg, they attach into what's called the end plate, okay? And so that's the end of the bone that attaches. And what's really interesting is the only way that these tissues get blood is through tiny little holes in these end plates, okay? And so in this part of the bone, you also have nerve endings. And so that's why really the only places you can get pain from in your lower back is from the nerves inside the bone at either end, called your end plates, or in the annular fibers, which is that the ligament that holds it together. So when you're looking at an MRI and someone's telling you, oh, you can really see the disc is black, that's basically saying that you've lost a lot of the water inside this nucleus pulposa, but it doesn't really explain why you've got pain. And currently, there's not an MRI system that's sensitive enough to really see the changes in the fibers here, not on a really specific level. So that's why your MRI should only be a part of an overall clinical assessment, okay? So I hope you understand a little bit more about the pain generators and why you feel pain in your lower back or in your neck as well, in the discs. And if you want a shorter version, check out our channel because I have a shorter version of this.